guys, and welcome back to Mind Your Bap. My name's Sarah and I'm your editor and producer, but you guys already know that. Today on Mind Your Bap we have another guest, Katie Garden Spence, with our host Robbie Butler. Let's go and take a look a little bit more about her, shall we? Let's look at this.
Today it's a privilege to be here on the Mind Your Bap set with a good friend of mine, Katie Garden Spence. And you're from Newton Arts?
Corridor now.
Corridor.
Corridor.
Corridor. Am I saying it right now?
Corridor. I don't know.
It's like Katie is from, I thought she was from Newton Arts, which is from a place called Corridor. Is that right? Did I say it right? Or Corridor? Corridor sounds very posh. So it does. Sounds very posh. Is it posh?
Not really.
No.
It's surrounded by farmers' fields, so.
Country bumpkin on our hand. And you go to school at Glenola Collegiate.
Collegiate.
We don't have a collegiate in Lisburn. We don't have a collegiate. We need to get ourselves a collegiate. What does a collegiate mean? What is a collegiate?
Just a college.
Why do you call it collegiate? Collegiate.
Sounds fancy, doesn't it?
Sounds fancy. From people from Lisburn, it's hard to say. We go to high schools and grammar schools here, used to.
Now that you're all up to speed and know Katie a little bit better, let's take a look at her journey to mental strength.
I'm going to start asking Katie some questions and then Katie can freewheel because Katie has a great story to tell us. So, give a bit of a background as to your introduction into the field of mental health and well-being.
Yeah, well, in year 8 I started on my mental health journey. I was suffering from anxiety and depression. I went really downhill. I stopped eating, I stopped sleeping, I stopped doing everything I loved. I was at Regent House Grammar School in Newton Arts, and then I moved to Engine College in Camber, and that's really where my journey of growth began. I think it's hard for people to understand that. Last year, October time, I was in Lanzarote having a great time on holiday, but I was actually really suicidal. And my mum didn't know about that. Nobody knew what was going on, and I came back to school, I got on with my mock exams. I had a breakdown in year 8, so in many ways I was trying to stop this from happening again. So I talked to my mum one day, just told her I was feeling a bit low, but I sugarcoated it and I actually started to self-harm. I was cutting myself like almost every day, and my mum had no idea what was going on until she seen the cuts one day, and yeah, it's horrible how people can get so low and nobody knows.
It is. This is the serious part of your story and your suffering, because you're a young girl with, and people would naively say, but you know, you're a good-looking girl, you've got your life ahead of you, and you're clever, and you know, life has so much to offer. But actually, mental health issues are insidious because they don't make sense to the world and how we measure things. But your pain is your pain. So what's really important about Mind Your Bap is that we give people hope. That's the key thing. That's the key thing. So we're trying to do a journey here with people. We want people to partner with us, connect with us.
Despite Katie's struggles with depression and anxiety, one of the most inspirational things about Katie is the fact that she has turned something negative into something truly positive and inspirational for other people. So let's take a look at some of the things that she's been doing.
I started public speaking. 4th year I started campaigning, and yeah, now I'm speaking on TV about mental health and about my journey.
So when you came to us in June, you had a specific piece of work that you'd undertaken at that stage, and it was centred in around schools. So, and that's something that I think it was an absolutely marvellous idea. Do you want to tell the people what your idea is with regard to building up or upskilling or building resilience in young people and what that was?
Yeah, so about last March I created a proposal on change.org for a mental health pupil leadership team for every school in Northern Ireland, which is basically just a student pastoral care team to coincide with the staff pastoral care team, who would do things like mentoring young people, do mental health training, and I delivered to the all-party group on mental health at Stormont where I met Robbie.
Yeah, so and just so you know, there's a number of all-party groups which sit in Stormont, regardless of whether the executives are not. One of them, and one of the most important all-party groups, is mental health. But Katie's like me, she serves a vision to see mental health trends and levels of suicide absolutely turned on their head in Northern Ireland, and you know, it's a natural fit for us to be on this journey together and to do this work because mental health exists all around the country. Whether you're from them funny places where you live, how do you say them? Corridor? Well, the collegiates. Collegiates.
Collegiate.
Very posh. Anyway, so you had a huge amount of signatures on your petition, so you came in and you did that. You also did something else, because I then met you, I think it was the waterfront? Where was it? The Odyssey? Where was it? Remember you...
yeah, we were up at the Odyssey.
The Odyssey.
For mental health, yeah.
Yes, and you had also done something else.
Yeah.
You went for a wee walk?
I did.
Yeah.
Went for a wee dander.
Wee dander.
Down the Nards.
They even call it a dander in Nards and corridor, which is great, corridor. So we know that is. So what did you do?
Yeah, so I walked 297 miles in memory of the 297 people who took their own lives in 2017 in Northern Ireland. I raised just over £1,000 for Action Mental Health, and I had an MLA from each party in Northern Ireland to represent the country there, and we had a chat presentation with David Babington.
David Babington, the Chief Executive. Yeah. David's a fabulous guy.
Yeah,
all our chief executives of our mental health charities are fabulous. We're not singling David out, but David was there, and I think you give the money then to Action Mental Health for the work that they do. And we do have some fabulous charity and third sector organisations trying to support people and do this journey together. No, that was really marvellous to see, and it was great to see actually the big fella O'Keefe, is it? From the ice hockey?
Adam Keefe.
Adam Keefe or O'Keefe?
Yeah.
Keefe?
Keefe. Just
Keefe.
Keefe.
Okay.
Keefe.
Adam didn't call it O'Keefe. That's his Irish. That's his Irish family. Some descent from Cork or something of the O'Keefes, so it's Keefe. And they're passionate about it too, so they picked up on the message, which is.
He's the head coach of the Belfast Giants, but I'm a real supporter, so they.
You got the top of the wall. You got.
Absolutely.
Well, I've not got it on today.
I've got a personalised signed jersey with 297.
Oh, we need a picture of that for the show,
Absolutely.
So that's brilliant to see the way you're moving and networking and carrying the message. It really is. So I mean, your journey didn't mean I don't think your journey's going to stop with regard to this, but your journey then takes another. So from that event, then there was another piece of work that you were doing. So you're studying in school, you're doing your A levels.
2 jobs.
2 jobs, okay, but you did something else, which was rather marvellous.
Yeah, so I published a book just before
Christmas. As you do when you're doing your A levels and hold down 2 jobs. Yeah. Okay.
One of the most recent things that Katie has achieved is publishing her own book, which you probably just heard about. Katie has very kindly let me use some of her own footage from her own personal YouTube channel, which will be linked down below. So let's go and take a look at her book publication.
Well, without each and every one of you encouraging me, I wouldn't be able to stand on this stage today and tell you that I've published my first poetry anthology, Searching for Freedom. I've been working on this exciting project for a year, but this was actually unknown to many of my family and friends. He only found out about a month before publication.
So it's called Searching for Freedom, and it's a poetry anthology.
Where is that available?
It's on Amazon at the minute, and you can also message me via my Facebook page, Positivity Only.
So we'll link that down in the description for you guys.
The other thing about that, just so you know, how much does it cost?
$4.99.
$4.99, and where's the profits go to?
Yeah, so the profits are being donated to the Thrive and Life Church Building Fund, where my kind of spiritual journey began.
Guess what we've got? I have a number of these in my office and I have read it. It's fabulous. So, Katie, do you want to just share something from it? Maybe a few lines from something if you like.
So this is a snippet from Bursting Bubbles. Lost within myself, my own feelings battering me inside. The world as chaotic as ever, and my own tipped upside down. Trapped and alone, yet in the company of everyone I know. Standing, having a conversation, yet occupied by my own troubling thoughts, with no focus or realisation of what's going on, even a few steps in front or a few steps behind.
So can I ask a few questions about how long that took you to write, or
about a year.
About a year?
Writing, yeah.
Who's this fabulous girl here walking down the beach? Who's that fabulous girl there?
What's up, a caravan? Sandy Cove. Can you see that?
You say Sandy
Down the cove.
Listen, I'm from whipping all the campsites from Malay right down to Ballywalter.
Costa del Ballywalter, that's what we call it.
Very good. No, Katie, I've no doubt that'll help a lot of people, because just even the line in there, you can be in the presence of people, but you're not actually there because your head can be somewhere else. And your thoughts can be so, and on the front of it, you can look like a very successful, articulate, attractive person, but actually inside it can mask, our faces can mask a number of, and that's part of your story.
But as you guys know, something here at Mind Your Bap is we really try and focus on the fact that mental health is a journey. It isn't just something that you click your fingers and it's all rainbows and butterflies. So here is a little clip of what Katie is doing now to keep on top of her mental health and her journey to mental strength.
So what I would like you to do, if you could, and I haven't, we didn't rehearse this, but what I want to ask you is, and this can be as personal as you like, so this can be absolutely your story, because what works for you and what worked for you will work for some people. It may not work for everybody, but I think it's really important that we're authentic, and if you share the key things for your recovery and what you continue to do, I think it'd be priceless for some people listening and watching.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, the first thing I would really think about would be to talk. I know it's easy to just ramble on and talk about different things, but it's hard to get down to what's actually going on inside, and that's the most important. I didn't want to talk, but as soon as I started to talk, things became easier. People started to really understand what was going on in my head and my mind, and that was when I started to get help. You know, I spoke to the doctors, I was at counselling, I'm still actually going to counselling. You know, people are looking at me at the minute and saying, oh well, she's an award-winning girl, she's got a book, but that doesn't mean that everything's okay. You know, I'm still on a journey of recovery and restoration, and that's not over yet. I'm still talking away as usual, and yeah, I'm attending Christian Guidelines in Bangor, and it's been really helping. As for the self-harm, it was very, very difficult to stop, and I have had a lot of urges in the past kind of months, but I've been talking about it with my friends. He encouraged me not to. Distractions are really key, so I keep myself busy. You know, I'm off work today, but I'm up in Lisburn, 7:37 train to speak about mental health, and it's just important to keep busy, but to do the right things, you know, build yourself up. I was keeping myself busy with self-destructive behaviour, and that really wasn't good for me, but actually Mrs. Law, head of pastoral care, told me to do a thing where it was like you draw on your arm with red pen, and there's like a sensation, it hits your arm and it feels like pain, but it's not, and that really helped me. So I was drawing the scars on my arm rather than actually damaging my skin, and yeah, that was really good technique.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
No problem.
We always put in this that we're not clinicians, we're not practitioners. What we're here is sharing our own experience and our experience of our guests. So anything you hear is someone's personal journey, and it's up to you. As Katie said, it is good to talk. Reach out. There are people who want to connect. The distraction thing is really, really important, I think. Because we can, like, that would be like an addiction. I would imagine you get addicted to it, and it's like any addiction that you need to be distracted from the moments, because you find yourself gravitating towards these safe places where nobody is, and you can do it. So thank you for sharing it. Thanks for what you've done today. Early train, early travels, and then picked up at the train station and chauffeur driven in. There's not too many get Sarah Trimble at this time in the morning either. So, no, thank you so much, Katie. Listen, can I ask you to come back another time? Because and the reason I'm saying that is because I know that you're going to be working, this is your passion, and I know that your journey hasn't finished, and what I would like to be able to do is to see the effect that you have with the things that you've started out, and then and share that, because I think it is, I think you said it, that throughout life we're going to be faced with pressures.
Yeah, definitely.
So this is going to be an ongoing journey for all of us. This isn't something we crack in 6 months, 6 weeks, 6 days or whatever. It's every day is getting up and dealing with that day.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't think too far beyond that day. Live in the day and live the best life you can in that day. So thank you so much. You're gem.
Thank you.
And last plug for Searching for Freedom, Amazon, $4.99.
Absolutely.
All profits are going to Thriving Light Church. Yeah. That's a fabulous church in Newton Ards. If you're down that way, call in and see them. And ask for Katie. I'm sure she spent some time with you. She might even get coffee. Yeah.
Well guys, we hope you enjoyed this episode of Mind Your Bap and its slightly different format. Before you click off this video though, I just want to say a very special thank you for everyone and their continued support, tuning in week after week, liking our stuff, sharing it, and a special hello to all our new subscribers. Hi there, it's really nice to have you join us on our journey to mental strength. Also, you can keep up to date with us over on our Facebook page, over on Twitter, but now you can also stay in the loop of all things Mind Your Bap over on Instagram. I'm going to flash up the details on the screen right now for you. You can now follow our hashtag Mind Your Bap. We don't actually have a page though, but if you want to get to know any of the team members and what they're like off camera, you can also go and follow us over there. I'll flash up all our handles. Just bear in mind, it is our personal account. Please be respectful of that, but I know everyone here is absolutely wonderful. We really do have a wonderful Mind Your Bap community, and we really appreciate your support, guys. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye!